Hey everyone, it's Karen. So I just got done with my lunchtime booktube viewing, or maybe breakfast, I don't really know, teacher life. Like, I worked out, I ate food, I don't know what it counts as. Anyway, this is the, books I haven't got to yet tag or something like that. All the info will be below, but basically I just watched Brian from Bookish do it during my breakfast lunch time, and I thought I would do it. So there are 5 prompts, and the first one is basically like a classic that you haven't read. And a while ago, I used to start every year by reading a classic. It was kind of like my salad starter to a year of fun reading. And I don't think I've done that in the past couple years. But I would say I really have not read a lot of classics. I would say the majority of people on BookTube that I'm friends with have read loads more than I have. I basically read them a lot in high school and haven't read many since then. Although whenever I do get to one, I tend to enjoy it. I think the reason I stay kind of away from classics is just that they've been around for so long. A lot of times they're written by white men. There's so much new stuff that I want to get to. And I just feel like sometimes they're a bit stuffy. And I know that's not true at all. There are loads of classics written by people of color or written by women that I should probably get to. But, excuse me. With that being said, the book that I would like to read next that's a classic is The Three Musketeers. And I will be reading this with Dee Dee. She is doing like a Read Soul-Lit summer sort of a thing. I believe this is written by a black man in France. Yikes, the font is tiny and it's a chunker, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be super amazing, and I'm sure there's a movie or something that I could watch afterwards as well. Yeah, so that's what, and I love this cover, by the way. Okay, the next book is just a fiction book you haven't got to, so I try to read the books of people I've met, and one of the authors I met a few years ago was Joyce Carol Oates. So any book I own of hers, whether it's signed or not, was allowed to go on my signed bookshelf. I have since mixed all the books, but it doesn't really matter. It counts in my mind as signed. And the one that I think is particularly relevant to our current situation, and that is also the one that I have found most interesting and really wanted to read for a long time, is the Book of American Martyrs. Now, I don't know too much about what this is about. I usually try not to read the blurbs. Like, I'll read them once to see, like, is this a book I'm gonna like? And then I don't read them again because it gives away too much. But I think that this is about abortion, maybe about a doctor. I'm not really sure, but it seems relevant. And again, it's a chunker, but I feel like it would be super, super good, and I don't know why I haven't gotten to it yet. All right. The next book is a nonfiction book that I am embarrassed I haven't gotten to yet, and it is a book that is from my local independent bookstore, Books and Mortar. It is called The Equivalence. This is about a story of art, female friendship, and liberation in the 1960s, and I think it's about like a school, like a university or something that allowed women, and specifically artists and writers and that sort of person, those sort of people. And first of all, Margaret Atwood blurbed it, so you know it's gonna be good. The cover looks cool. I love like university sort of settings, boarding school, university, whatever. But Sean the Book Maniac asked me to discuss this with him, and I still have not read it. So that's why I'm embarrassed. I'm so sorry. I'm a mood reader. I'm so sorry. Please ask me on to talk about another book, or I will eventually read this. Okay. Then the next book is like a genre book, and one of the authors who I really enjoy reading, not because they're of literary merit or anything, but just because I enjoy them, is Riley Sager. So I think this is the only book of his I haven't gotten to yet, Lock Every Door. I'm not 100% sure. I would have to, I did not read Final Girls, but this is one I own and have not gotten to yet. I don't own Final Girls. So basically I need to do that. And I think this summer would be a good time because I tend to feel that mysteries are more like fall, winter sort of things. But for some reason this summer I've been craving this sort of genre. So I need to get to this. All right. Finally, book I've owned the longest, which basically, can you own books before you're even alive? Because I feel like I would like to count this as predating me. Now, I wish I had the other copy of the book. I don't think it's out on these bookshelves. But basically, my mom's favorite book in the entire world is Sacagawea by Anna Lee Waldo. She read it in like the 70s or the 80s, like whenever it came out. She allowed me to borrow it. I was reading it. I left it upstairs. She doesn't like when I leave stuff around her condo. Stresses the woman out. So she tossed it to me down the stairs and told me to catch, but I can't catch. So the book broke into 2 pieces. So that's the version I have at my house somewhere. Is this giant book in 2 pieces, taped together, but obviously it didn't work. And a few years ago, I think 2 years ago, I told my mom, this is the summer I am going to read this book, Sacagawea. Well, as you can probably guess, it did not happen. However, she didn't want me to read a book that was broken in 2 pieces, so she mailed me a new copy. So this is my new copy of Sacagawea, which I've also had for a number of years now. And I kind of brought it backpacking with me because I felt like, that this would be a really good book to read while backpacking, but I did the Kindle version on my phone. So this is where I was last time I stopped. I do need to update it with where I am now, that I have been reading it a little bit while backpacking, but I'm still not done. And basically the problem was that I was restarting it every single year, and I would get farther and farther, but I still wouldn't finish. So this year when I started again backpacking, I was like, nope, I'm just gonna try and find like where I think I left off, because I didn't have this with me. I should have marked it ahead of time, and just carried on. So yeah, I need to finish this. One of these years I will finish it. So that is the tag. I will look through my list of subscribers and people that I follow and tag people, but I just haven't decided on that yet. So check to see if you are tagged below. I love you all. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing summer of reading and getting to loads of books that you haven't gotten to yet, or books that you didn't even know that you wanted to read, and then you just discover in a serendipitous sort of manner. So yeah, have a good day, you guys. Bye.